everybody. Welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today, or this afternoon, we're going to be doing a cinnamon streusel bread. Okay. First of all, I'm going to start out with this. I'm going to take 1/3 cup of sugar and put that in there, and I'm going to put let's see. There's 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm going to put 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon because we like a nice cinnamony flavor. If you don't like it, you know, then don't. Yeah, I might need this again for something else. Is why I'm cleaning it off. Okay, and I'm going to take just my little thing here instead of dirtying up a million different things. And I'm going to you know me, I play with it as I go. I'm going to add just a touch more, maybe, that was just maybe a tablespoon or so more of sugar to that. And I'm going to set this aside. We're going to use this in our cinnamon part. And I want to thank one of my friends that came by when we went to look how pretty, that's the family tree. Isn't that beautiful? When we went up to the festival up in Big Stone Gap, she came by with a cute little box and she said, Nan, I want to give you this. And it was so sweet. She's such a sweetie, I'm telling you. Next thing I'm going to do to get ready is I'm going to put 1/2 cup or a little bit more of pecans. And I keep my pecans in the freezer. I think it makes them stay fresher longer. And I'm just taking my little chopper here. Y'all might buy your pecans already chopped up, but these are the last that I have. I had one of my viewers out in Texas that had, she had pecan trees in her yard. And she was telling me, she said, Nan, she said, we always get the pecans and take them to someplace down the road. And she said they run them through, take the shells off of the pecans. And she sent me some, and if those hadn't been the best pecans. But I'm about to run out. And here it's coming up season. I'm going to have to get me some. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside along with that. Now we're going to, let me get my bowl here. We're going to put in, let me get my recipe and stick it up here where I can see. We're going to put in 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to put in 2 cups of, let me grab my spatula, 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm fixing Pop this bread. He loves to have something in the morning to have with coffee. And I have been slacking the last couple of, well, I'd say all week long. I have promised him I was going to bake something. And I haven't got around to it. I've had so much going on. Okay, we're going to put a big old tablespoon of, this is baking powder. Tablespoon. Whoops. Hang on a minute. My lid was face up, so I'm all right. Okay, we've got 1 cup of white sugar. We've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to tell you something. You heard my oven go off. It's set on 350. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to put 1 egg. I'll go ahead and use this. Wait a minute. I thought I got something to put that in. been sitting out room temperature. I'm going to put a half of a, hang on a minute, got my egg right here. I'm going to fluff this around a little bit and get it stirred up, mixed up my powder, see if I can get it off out onto my working surface. You know how I am. If I could make a mess, honey, I would make a mess every day of my life. Okay, I'm going to put in about a half a cup of sour cream. Clean out the end of that for sure. Half a cup there. Then I'm going to put in my 1 egg that we did a minute ago. Then I'm going to put in a half a cup. I've got a 1 cup measurer here, but I'm going to fill it up about halfway and put a half a cup of milk. And this is whole milk. You could probably use 2% or whatever, but half a cup. Okay. Now, let's clean this mess up right here. I powdered off on everything, didn't I? Now, I'm going to stir this a little bit. One of my sweet viewers got me these set of 3 batter bowls, and oh, this is my first time getting to use them. Don't want to over mix this. Good and combined, you know what I'm saying? Make sure there's no little pieces of flour or anything like that. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. I have taken my pan coating, homemade pan coating, and you say, well, Nan, I've seen that, but I don't know. Still, just got through doing that video again, showing it again, because I know people are looking for that recipe. Go up to the top of your screen in your little search bar and type in Farm Cooking with Nan. Homemade pan coating, C-O-A-T-I-N-G, and video, and click, and it'll bring it up for you to click on, and you can watch it. Watch how I make it, and make you a good little something. Okay, I'm going to put one other thing. I almost left out my vanilla. I'm going to put about a teaspoon, and I'm going to use this Mexican, probably more than a teaspoon, but it's all right. It's all right. That Mexican vanilla is very good. I've got my oven preheated to 350. I'm going to put half of my batter in here. Half of the batter in there. Give it a little shimmy there. And I'm going to take half of my cinnamon mixture. Try to keep it, instead of it getting on the sides of your pan, it won't hurt it, but I try to keep mine. Okay, about half. And then I'm going to sprinkle half of my nuts. I probably got more than a half a cup here, but you don't have to put nuts at all if you don't want them. And whatever I don't use, I put right back in my bag. Now I'm going to put the rest of this. Might need to smooth that out a little bit. I'm trying to get it all over, you know, the best I can. But won't this be good for Papa to have just like a to have it with a cup of coffee in the morning. And sometimes when he has to work, he heads out and sometimes he takes some with him. This won't last him but a couple of days. He'll take a lot of this with him to work. Now remember, to make this cinnamon part, we had 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. And we had now I'll pour that little bit right back in my pecan bag. Put it right back in my freezer. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a knife. Uh-oh, I pulled that too hard, Sadie. Did I scare you, honey? Did I scared you to death? I'll just take a regular knife. And we're going to pull this through the batter. Swirl it around. We're going to pop it in the oven and we're going to bake it until it's nice and golden brown. I'll have to look at my recipe. Okay, 40. We'll be back whenever it's done. Okay, I have gotten my my loaf out, and it took 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Look how nice that comes out of there. That pan coating. I'm going to let that cool. I don't want to lose any of my cinnamon on there, but I think I did a little bit. Let's wait on this to cool. Yummy. Yummy. We'll be back in a few minutes and have a slice. I sliced me a good little slice of the delicious cake. Let me hold it up there. My little loaf, cinnamon, and oh, this is going to be so good. At this point, if you want to make you up, I don't know if I will or not, but make you up a little drizzle and drizzle over that. I think I might do that in a few minutes. Right now, I'm just going to get me a nice slice right here and take a bite. My. This is so good. Moist. Look. Moist. Just the right amount of cinnamon. Not too much. Not too little. The nuts make it really good. I hope y'all get a chance to make you some. This will be a wonderful addition anytime. but it would be great to have early in the morning when you're having coffee. It almost makes like a little coffee cake. I hope y'all get a chance to make you some. Well, I want you to know that I love y'all and that I appreciate you watching. I know you don't have to watch, but you do. And I hope that it comforts you when I come into your house. I have had so many people lately say, Nan, you know, there's something about your voice that calms me. And I said, well, I think the Lord lets different people see different things that they need. I hope that you get some comfort or some calming whenever we have our little talks at the end. I want you to know that the good Lord loves you so very much. If you don't know nothing else of what I've done or what I have told you all or showed you all, I've never felt like I was a teacher. I've always said I felt like I could make about anything, and I'm talking about like crafting and making and drawing and doing all kinds of stuff. I said I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. But I've never felt like a teacher, and I think that's why God put me to doing this, is that it was the last thing I would have ever done. But God is good, and I want y'all to know how much He loves you. He loves you enough to spread out His arms and die for you, just like He did me. I will see y'all next time. Put your trust in the Lord. Don't let man or things that's happening in our world, don't let that tear you all to pieces. Put your trust in the Lord. He'll never leave you and He'll never forsake you. He'll see us through whatever comes. Just want you to know that. I'll see you next time, and maybe we can do another recipe, okay? Bye-bye. I was going to tell you one more thing. A lot of times what I do is I'll take aluminum foil. I'm finishing up this roll here. I'll take aluminum foil, and after my bread cools down, I will wrap my bread in it. And that way it stays good and moist for the next day, okay? This can sit out on your counter for a week, you know. It won't last that long, but it can sit out on your counter for a few days.